Hello everybody and welcome back. It's Asta the Greek, and today I wanted to give my final thoughts on the prologue of Kill Cure Beautiful Vice, the newest release fangun and possibly one of the oldest in the fandom. Unlike my last final thoughts video, I think it's best if I talk about both the positive and negative parts that I experienced during the prologue. So let's start with the positives. The game looks good. From the CGs to the models to most of the sprites, it does look like an actual official Danganronpa game. The music is actually very reminiscent of the official soundtrack, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. And the voice acting was top-notch. First of all, there were a lot of fully voiced segments, which I appreciate. I understand why it'd be too much for the VAs to voice the whole script, so I did like that they gave us some opportunities for the VAs to shine this way, and it felt like the voice bits were used a lot more often than normal. The voice bits are hilarious, by the way. I might put some of my favorites here, who knows. As for the writing, I think it was also pretty good. Aside from that one moment where they accidentally name-dropped the Cocoa Pads, everything else felt pretty natural. Despite this just being the prologue, I can describe every character's personality with a few words from the little time they got to shine, which I think it's pretty cool. They all felt unique while also feeling like young adults, and I also like that a few of them curse, which I feel like it's the age where you curse the most. As for the story thus far, they do leave us with mysteries from the start, which, as someone who enjoys making theories, it's the best. And they're bringing new unique, at least from what I've seen, ways to carry out this killing game. It seems that instead of murder motives that DR and every other fangun has, it'll have motives to not kill each other, which probably backfires anyway. And the accomplice element can now finally be used, though I don't know if every trial will have one or not. I personally love motives where two people can escape, which seems to be the general way trials work in this game. And there is a possibility of a killer surviving among the rest, which is something many fans wanted to see in the canon games, and I don't believe it has been done before. Again, I've only checked a few fanguns, so I could be wrong. But enough with the positives, let's talk about the negatives. One thing I have to say about this prologue is it's surprisingly long. Like, near the end of the prologue, I felt pretty tired. Granted, I did play it in one sitting, so at first, I assumed that was the issue. After thinking about it for a few days though, I realized what my issue was with the prologue, and why I was so tired by the end of it. In reality, that's the only negative part I'm going to talk about. If you've watched my playthrough, you'll have probably heard me saying this phrase multiple times. The illusion of choice. And that's really how I describe the prologue here. I don't think there'd be any difference if I played the game or watched the playthrough on YouTube. It's the definition of a railroad, and in some parts I understand why it happens, but yeah, I don't see why the player couldn't have the freedom to explore in other parts. You start the prologue with an escape rope, cool, but you can't really explore the room. The whole puzzle just shows up in a separate CG, and yes, you have the choice to put them in order, but that's it. And then you go to the next area where, to give credit where it's due, you do have options. You have the option of trying to follow the advice of both Busho or Maru before picking the correct option. And both actions give different dialogue, one of which is pretty funny in my opinion. Aside from that though, again, you cannot really explore the second room. You get to explore the main area, but not really, because the only thing you can check out is the Kako statue, and then you get the introductions of the first 4 students. Now, I get that since they're going the whole split team route, they want the players to go to a specific room to meet the rest, but why not just let the players move around the area and try to find the room on their own? You could just have Maru yell at us for going the wrong way and if we tried entering a room that wasn't correct. Regardless, Hiro and Maru go the first room right away, and again, you don't have the option of choosing who to talk to, or check out the room. You enter the new area and immediately talk to Yaro, then Fanfan, and then the game tells you to move inside. Bam! You actually have the chance to look around and explore. But, actually you don't. The only interactable object in the room is the shrine, which isn't really accurate either, because the moment you click the shrine, you get the narration of Maru finding Shoko. After all that, you get kicked out of the room, back to the main area where the other two are, and you go to the next room right away, which, again, gives you the illusion of choice. I went and checked the YouTube playthrough, and yeah, there they chose Naomi first. I talked to Maru first, but it didn't matter, because Toya shows up and gets her intro first, And then right away you have Iki and Manzo and lastly Naomi, and then you get out. And the same goes with the last team as well as the events of the rest of the prologue. Now by all means that's not a horrible thing, but in a game like Danganronpa, usually you have the choice to check stuff or at least take a moment. As I said before, it wouldn't change anything if I just reacted to the video of it, because if I wanted to stop for whatever reason, I'd do that mid-conversation anyway. And yes, while I didn't check it out, I saw in the video that there is some extra stuff in the dormitory, which I was too tired to check out, and I'm a bit sad that I didn't. There's two reasons as to why I'm being so critical about this. The first is that I know Sweden worked on this. I don't know how difficult it'll be to change what I said so far, but again, Sweden was able to do that in other projects, or even that short escape room test he made a few years ago. The second reason is my concern about the future of the game. Yes, this is the prologue, so maybe that's why this railroad happened. But if it's the same for the future chapters, I don't think it'll be a very good thing. Kill Cure was originally going to be a video series, so I don't know, since the change to game happened, we might as well be able to make choices in that said game, right? All in all, I think the prologue of Kill Cure was pretty good. The characters are fun, the game looks great, and it brings a new spin to the usual DR formula, which will definitely make things entertaining. I'm definitely looking forward to the future chapters, and I hope you look forward to the upcoming theory videos I have planned for this. If you haven't checked this project out already, then what are you waiting for? But that will be all for today. Thank you for watching, and until the next video, do take care and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.